Dev Ashya Bija Satamo Las Trinalaha Panchaskanda Panchara Saprasutithi Dashhaika Shahako Devash Uparana Nira Trivalaka Lot Vir Falar Kamparavishta Adanti Jaikam Falamashya Gurudahar Graham Chara Ik Maraya Vashaha Hansa Ya Ekam Bahapur Ma Pami Machyem Ye Maya Mayam Vedasa Veda Vedam. The true of the material world has two seeds, sin and punya, the opposite of sin. It has 100 roots that are vashna, mental impression, isha, wishes, and kamna, desires. It has 3 trunks, and that are the 3 modes of nature, sattva, goodness, rajas, passion, and tamas, dullness. It has 5 skand, main branches, that are the 5 great gross elements of earth, fire, water, wind, and ether. It has 5 juices, which are the 5 sense objects, that are words, touch, appearance, taste, and smell. It has 11 sub-branches, that are the 10 senses, including 5 senses of action, the 5 senses of knowledge, and the mind. There is a nest of 2 birds sitting on this tree, and these 2 birds are individual soul and supreme soul. Is there 3 layers of skin that are at the Ayurvedic principle of Vata, Pitta, and Kapha? It has no fruits that are pleasurable and pains. This tree is so big that it spreads out until the world of the sun, and therefore one who wishes to be liberated should enter into the world of sun. One bird is a vulture, who just sits there eating the fruit of pain as it is full of desire, and the other bird is a swan, who eats the fruit of pleasure because they exercise discrimination. One who knows that this tree of the material world is the Supreme Soul, in the form of Maya, illusion, who pervades everywhere, is a knower of the Veda. What is this tree of the material world like? Perhaps this is a clearer explanation because of the Kathu Upanishad and the Mundaku Upanishad. There is an abstract description of this tree. The Gita has made it clearer and the scriptures after the Gita, which is the Srimad Bhagavad, has described this is more detail and more clarity. The tree is worth understanding. What is this tree of material world like? The tree of the material world has 2 seeds. This is such a symbolic, poetic description. What are these 2 seeds? They are sin and punya, the opposite of sin. If one commits sin, then they have to come into this material world to experience the karmas of their sins. And if one commits punya, the opposite of sin, then they have to come to the material world in order to experience the karmas of their punya, the opposite of sin. Sin and punya, the opposite of sin, are the 2 seeds of this tree of the material world. The tree of the material world has 100 roots, and that are vashna, mental impression, isha, wishes, and kamna, desires. The more wishes one has, then the more that they have to come into this material world. They keep wishing, and they have a will to be. They want one thing, another thing, wish for another thing to happen, and then wish to become something else. Because of this, they keep getting bondages towards the material world, and there are many of these. That is why it is said that there are 100 roots of this tree in this material world. There are an endless amount of wishes. The trees of the material world has 3 trunks, which are the 3 modes of nature, sattva, goodness, rajas, passion, and tamas, dullness. The 3 trunks of the tree of the material world are in the form of 3 modes of nature, and this has been said over and over again. Sri Krishna is going to say it is in the next verse. The tree of the material world has 5 skand, main branches. Just like a person's kand are his shoulders, on which he can carry anything. In the same way, the tree of the material world has 5 main branches, that there are 5 great gross elements of earth, fire, water, wind, and ether. These 5 great gross elements are the 5 skand, main branches of the tree of the material world. If you cut any tree, then juices will come out of it. What are these juices? They are the 5 sense objects of words, touch, appearance, taste, and smell. These are the 5 juices of the tree of the material world. The Dashhaika Shakho is then used. Look at the fun of Sanskrit. That Dashhaika can be split into Dash, 10, and Aika means 1, meaning 11, 10 plus 1. These are 11 sub-branches. What are these? They are 11 senses, including 5 senses of action, 5 senses of knowledge and mind. Shri Krishna will say later in the 15th chapter of Gita that